Thank you. Yes, very good morning, participants. There are 74 as of now. Okay. Uh, short in a while, I will start my screen. Yes. Yeah, I think my screen is shared now. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So maybe we can put the video somewhere in the bottom or something so that people can see the presentation. It is hiding the presentation. Shall I minimize it?
Okay, sir.
Now this box on the right side hides the slide. What do we do?
Now, sir.
You can see that you can see the screen.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
see the full screen, sir.
You are able to see
For-
the full screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. For you only, it will be showing the participation list, sir. Since you are the co-host.
Video. Okay. Yes. This is Professor Venugopal. Presently, the controller of examinations of SCSM University, formerly Dean, Head, and all that is there. This is how you can reach me either on WhatsApp or on my Gmail ID for further clarifications. And this PPT and the contents of this webinar will be shared to the organizers, which can be shared to the participants. So this webinar is about the modeling applications of automata theory with the JFLab software. Supposed to be an appetizer to the compiler design. I thank the organizers, the authorities of Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology, Satyabama University, Chennai, for having invited me to present a talk in this series of webinars. I congratulate them for having arrived at a common topic and having chosen nice speakers for this series of webinars. So this is a disclaimer to make. So I think I will be going till 6. Okay. This talk introduces modeling applications of automata theory with JFLab software, an appetizer to compiler design through online demo. So JFLab is a freely downloadable education program. Short in a while, I will give the link also, developed by Duke University. The examples are generated through JFLab. In this presentation, some examples are generated through JFLab. I acknowledge JFLab. And the programs for certain JFLab, certain finite automata have been written in Python and C by my son, TV Srinivasan. He is doing mechanical engineering third year. So he helped me to write some programs in C and Python. I will be running them for you. And the books I refer to is the Introduction of Automata Theory, Languages and Computation, a famous book by Hofcraft, and another Theory of Computation by Goddard. These two books I will be referring, and examples have been taken from these books with certain modifications. What will be covered in this talk? So this I understand that the audience are teachers from computer science engineering department. I'm not sure whether all are exposed to automata theory. So I'll be introducing a bit of automata theory, what is automaton and all that. And the main aim of this webinar is to introduce the software JFLab, with which you can construct automaton and experiment with all automaton. Okay. And it's a effective ICT tool for teaching and learning automata theory. This automata theory is covered as a basic topic when you teach the compiler design paper. Okay. I will tell you the appropriate place wherein this automata theory fits in the computer design syllabus. So this will help you to gain confidence in building the automaton with the help of JFlab software. This JFlab is a package which aid uh, in learning the basic concepts of formal languages and automata theory. In this session, I will introduce the basics of JFlab, how to utilize the software, and the applications of automata theory illustrated through JFlab. My expectations are there, of course, to have patience in learning, practicing, and understanding and teaching the automata theory through JFlab software. I am used to conduct hands-on sessions for this teaching and learning mathematics through ICT tools, but still this session I am not able to do it hands-on. This will be a demo rather, and I expect you to utilize this opportunity to pick it up from this point and learn the JFlab software and gain momentum into getting into the compiler design, startup or compiler design paper without losing continuity. And my request always to, in all my webinars, have the mindset of a child, approach the topic with a clean mind so that you will be able to get the most of it. So JFlab, so introduction to the JFlab software is a powerful software for experimenting. It's a free package for experimenting formal languages topics, including non-deterministic finite automata, non-deterministic Boostonian automata, multi-tape Turing machines, several types of grammars, parsing, L systems. In addition to constructing and testing examples for this, JFlab allows you to experiment with the construction proof from one form to the another, such as converting NFA to DFA, to a minimal state DFA, to a regular expression or regular grammar. I will illustrate all this. You can construct a finite automata, you can convert this to a regular expression, which is more useful when you get into compiler design. It plays a vital role there, this finite automata and regular expressions and regular grammar. And I'll tell you how a DFA can be constructed with many states. For example, a person can construct a DFA with 10 to 20 states. Another person can just do it with 5 states. It all depends. How do you, how are you expertised in modeling the automata? But you can always utilize the software to go for a minimal DFA also. So this is the software JFlab, the opening window. This can be downloaded from jflab.org, and a Java platform is needed to run JFlab. You will have to install a Java platform, nothing else is needed. What else is covered there? Finite automaton, Moore machine, Pushdown automaton, Turing machine, grammar, cell system, regular expressions, pumping lemmas, and all that can be covered with this. Yes, there are some illustrations. I will do it on screen, but still the illustrations are shown here. Regular language, the capabilities of the JFlab software, what else it can do, regular language conversions, context-free languages, recursively enumerable languages, L systems, and all that. These are the examples of automaton which are drawn with the JFlab software. The advantage is you can draw a automaton with JFlab software, convert it into a JPEG in a picture format and paste it in your question paper and anything. This JFlab software is an ICT tool for teaching and learning what is that automata theory, in the sense that you can generate a number of your own examples apart from the examples given in the textbook. Okay, and the entire paper can even be made online. Okay, the examples can be thrown online and the students can be asked to construct an automaton which accepts certain strings and not accepting certain strings. The language generated by this and all that can be done only online. The entire paper can be taught online, and a lot of examples can be generated, especially in this era of online webinars and online examinations. A number of examples, if there are 100 students in the class, a teacher can generate 100 examples, 100 questions on this automata theory. Okay, so I would like to first, before getting into this, I would like to introduce the software first as such. Okay, I will introduce the software as such. Yes, this is a software, JF Lab, and I will open a already saved file, show it to you. For example, a small one, maybe simple expression. Okay. Yes. See this. This is a simple expression that was constructed with this software. Just have a look at it. This is a finite automaton. I will get into the theoretical aspects a bit later after I must introduce the software first because it will all then be theory and PPT. See, this has a initial state here and a final state, and this is a model of a finite automaton to accept a regular expression like x plus y or x minus y or x plus z in brackets. Okay, in brackets. Okay, I will run and show it to you. I will show it to you how to construct this. Still, I will tell you how to run this, how it is useful to an illustration. Maybe I will just show this. Have a expression like this: x plus y in brackets, x star z in brackets, and then simple z. Let me try whether these expressions are accepted by this automaton. You see that what is that? This one, x plus y is accepted, x star z is accepted, z is rejected because of the design of this. What is the design of this software? This automaton, it accepts strings which begin with a bracket and end with a bracket. Okay. Now, how to construct this automaton? I will tell you what is an automaton. I will get back to the PPT and I will tell you how to construct such automaton, how to run the inputs, how to minimize this, how to generate the regular grammar and all that. So let me get back to the presentation. See, you see that computers are everywhere. For example, processing numbers, data, images, and everything. Can computers do anything and everything? Is there anything that the computers cannot do, and what are they and why? In a sense, my question is, what is computation? To study the limit of computations, we study the essence of computers rather than studying varieties of computers. The essence of computation is the Turing machine, invented by Alan Turing way back in 20th century. It's a simple device, but every task performed by the modern computers can be accomplished by a Turing machine. Before studying Turing machine, a simple device called finite automaton, which I showed you in the JF Lab window, is a finite automaton can be studied, which can model a large number of systems in practice. To learn the fundamental capabilities and ultimate limitations, we study the theoretical computer science. Theoretical computer science includes automata theory, formal languages, grammars, computability, and complexity. The basic model of a computer is a finite automaton. Okay, and the finite automaton models the hardware of a computer. It has all essential features of the computer. It accepts inputs, produces output, may have some temporary storage, and can make decisions in transforming the input into the output. So this is a computer without memory, regardless of the size of the file. The finite automaton is a useful model in many things like software for designing and checking the behavior of digital circuits, the lexical analyzer of a typical compiler. That is, this is where the automata theory gets into the compiler. Lexical analysis of a typical compiler. That is a compiler component that breaks the input text into logical units such as identifiers, keywords, and the punctuations. Okay. And furthermore, it is applied in software for scanning large bodies of text, such as collection of web pages to find occurrences of words, phrases, and other patterns. Software for verifying systems of all types that have finite number of distinct states, such as communication protocols and protocols for secure exchange, okay, of information. What are all the examples of finite state automaton? Let me get into that first. You must have seen, we have gone to the ATM machine. Okay, ATM machine is a finite state automaton. The weighing machine is a finite state automaton. The machine, vending machine, which gives you Coca-Cola, coffee, and all that, is a finite automaton. What is that finite automaton? Yeah, ATM machine is a finite automaton. It sits in various states, finite number of states. See, when you just go there before inserting your ATM card, that is in the receiving state. ATM machine will receive is in a state to receive the card. So once you insert the card, it gets into some other state, verifying state, whether it's a valid ATM card or visiting card or credit card. So it will check that. After that, it asks you for menu, so various states, and depending on the key you press, it gets into various other states. If you want a statement, it will go to the statement issuing mode. If you want money to withdraw money, it will go into the withdrawal mode. Okay, and if you want to just change the pin, it will get into the change the pin mode and all that. So it gets into various states, and it accepts a series of strings. For example, for everything is a string. As you understand, computer accepts strings. And for example, when you feed in the pin, okay, when you feed in the pin, the ATM will block your card if you consecutively feed a wrong pin for the third time. Okay, so the first time if the pin is entered wrong, it may be seen as a zero input. Next time it is wrong, it is a zero input. Next time when it is wrong, it's a zero input. And when it sees consecutively 3 zeros, it is to reject the what is that ATM card. So a string with 3 consecutive zeros will be rejected by the machine. So a machine, a finite state machine, accepts a series of a series of inputs, a string, and it decides whether the string is accepted or not. So depending on that, the finite state machine does some what is that actions. Okay. Now we will get into some theory. A phrase structure grammar is a set of words, set of symbols, starting symbol, and a production. This will all be in that automata theory paper. Proper construction of sentences is called the syntax. The specification of the meaning of the sentences is called the semantics. Okay. The sequence of substitutions that produces a valid sentence is called the derivation of the sentence. I will show you examples. The set of all properly constructed sentences is called the grammar, and the process of verifying whether a sentence is syntactically correct is called the parsing. A formal languages is the abstraction of the general characteristics of the programming languages. A formal language is the set of all sentences permitted by the rules of formation. What is an example? I will get into the example first. See, I told you the ATM machine, the vending machines, coffee vending machine, weighing machine, and the platform ticket giving machine. Everything else is the example of finite state machines. And how to construct a finite state machine? The finite state machine is constructed with the following properties. It should have states. Okay, starting from an initial state to acceptance state. It may have various intermediate states wherein it processes. A start state must be there, intermediate states can be there, and a final state must be there, which it says whether a string is accepted or not. And transitions will be there. What's a transition? Transition is from it moves the automata from a state to another state based on the input. And these definitions I have taken from the following website, tutorialpoints.com, on compiler design. I will get into that to show it to you also. Now, what is the importance of strings? The input to our computers is always strings. Everything can be converted into questions about strings. So that's why we will live only with strings hereafter. Hence, we are concerned with acceptance or non-acceptance of strings. So, how do you design a model? See, when before writing a program, we start with a flow chart. Okay, in the initial stages, we are taught programming with a flow chart. You build a flow chart. It will help you to understand the logic. What is that logic involved in the automaton, involved in the program? Okay, so we will be concerned with the acceptance or non-acceptance of strings. Okay. Some examples I will show you now. The specifications of a language. A set S consisting of words. Words, a set will be there. And a rule for consisting of all possible construction sentences, the set of all finite strings of possibly properly constructed sentences. A method to determine which of the properly constructed sentences are meaningful and what the meaning is. An example, English language. English language, we have the set of all English words first. The complete rules of English grammar help us to find out all properly constructed sentences. The meanings of properly constructed sentences are determined by the grammar and by the meanings of the words. That is there. Example of a miniature language I am showing here. Okay. Let me show the example. I have a set of words: ram, psalm, drives, jogs, rapidly, and frequently. I have certain symbols: the sentence, noun, verb, adverb, and all that. Okay. Now let me have the rules for generating the language. I am telling you the example of a miniature language. The miniature language productions, I can start with the sentence called noun, verb, adverb. The noun ram, noun can be replaced by ram, noun can be replaced by psalm, verb can be replaced by drives and jogs, adverb can be replaced by rapidly, frequently. Okay, so this I have a set of words and a set of intermediate things which get me to the words, and a rule that gives me how to generate the sentence. Okay, so this is how a finite automata is defined. Okay, how to derive the sentence: ram drives frequently. A sentence, I have the following pattern: noun, verb, adverb. Okay, noun is replaced by ram, verb is replaced by drives, and adverb is replaced by frequently. Okay, so yes, valid sentence is ram drives frequently. How do I put it in an automaton? I am starting with the what is that? Yeah, automaton. I will draw the automaton and show it to you. Okay, I will draw the automaton. So just have the look at that. Have the look at that. Ram, psalm, verb, adverb. Let me get into the automaton screen. What happened? Yes. Let me close this and show you the automaton which I told you just now. Okay, miniature language. Yes. So this is the automaton that I have constructed. Okay. Have a look at it. I will tell you how to construct this automaton with software. This one accepts the valid 8 valid sentences. So how do I construct this automaton? I will just show you just below this. Okay, what do I do? In this there is a option to generate a state. To generate a state, click in that state button. Okay, and click somewhere in the screen. A state is generated. Okay, we can rename it. Okay, a second state, a third state, a fourth state. Okay, and if you wish, you can move these states. by clicking in this arrow, first arrow. Okay. Then click in the first arrow, right click in the first state, mark it as the initial state. Right click in the last one, mark it as the final state. Okay. Then I should go for transitions. Click in the transition button, okay, on the menu. Click in one state, okay, and drag it to the second state. Type whatever you want there. I am typing there ROM, okay, and one more I am typing there SOM, okay. Then another state from here. I type JOX, see there, and click at Q5 and drag it up to Q6 and leave and type. Okay. Then watch here, another frequently I'm typing, and then another rapidly. Okay. Now you see that you can move it also. You can move it also. Okay. So this is how a automaton is constructed. This is how an automaton is constructed. Okay. Now you can rename this also by clicking, right clicking it. You can change the label. You can set name. Okay. Name I am setting it as noun. Okay. So likewise, this is constructed. Now I will delete this, delete all this. Okay. So this is how I construct this automaton. Now, what does this finite automaton do? Why it is called a finite automaton? It has got, it's a finite state automata. It has got finite states. It has got 4 states. One initial state called noun. Okay. And one initial state called noun. One final state that gives me the sentences. And then what do you have? Yeah, intermediate states, verb and adverb. But intermediate states, verb and adverb. Okay. Now, what is this automaton is expected to do? It will accept strings as inputs. I will give you an step-by-step model. Okay, I am typing there without gaps. Now you can incorporate it also. So I am typing there ROM JOX frequently, and let me see how does it move. Okay, so this is the facility that is available with JF Lab. You can not only that you can construct an automaton, you can experiment with it, you can work with it, Okay, now let me click the button step over there. See, when it accepts ROM, it comes to the next state verb. So I will another step I am doing. So it gets into the adverb state, receiving the adverb. Okay, you see that it is being dimmed over here. Okay, so if I step one more, it accepts the sentence and goes into the acceptance state. So this one ROM JOX frequently is a accepted sentence. If you want to try multiple inputs, go to the input menu, go to multiple run. Okay, go to multiple run and enter whatever you want there. Let me clear all inputs. Let me type here ROM drives frequently, NTLY, frequently. Then SOM JOX rapidly, and let me type something else here. I will type here Venugopal. Okay. So what is happening here? You see, if I run inputs, I can run multiple inputs of a software. See here, ROM drives frequently is accepted as per the construction of the automaton. SOM JOX rapidly is accepted, but the sentence Venugopal is rejected because because of what? Because it is not part of the construction. So this is how you can construct an automaton which either accepts a string or rejects a string, and you can also find out the number of strings, the grammar that is accepted by this automaton. Now let me get back to the presentation. Okay, see here, see this is what I will get back to the, yes, I told you the formal language is the abstraction of the general characteristics of the programming language. The formal language is the set of all sentences permitted by the root of formation. Now you see here the finite automata is a state machine that takes a string of symbols as input and changes its state accordingly. You saw there a finite automata, it will start accepting a what is that a string, and it will move accordingly. It will read the string one by the entries in the string one by one, and it will decide where to move actually. Okay, it will decide which state to move. Likewise, see, when you go to the weighing machine, it will be in the receiving state. It will be in the receiving state. Then what do you do? Then you will input a coin over there. That is one action that you do. So once it is input over there, what will happen? It will accept the 1 rupee coin or 2 rupee coin. Okay, and then it will get into another state of identifying whether the coin is a valid coin or not a valid coin. If it is not a valid coin, it will get back to the initial state. If it's a valid coin, it will give the output as weight, and once you get down, it will get back to the original mode. So it has got few states. So a finite automaton is a state machine that takes a string of symbols as input and changes its state accordingly. The finite automaton is a recognizer of regular expression. When a regular expression of a string, when a excuse me 1 minute. Thank you. So when a regular expression string is fed into the finite automata, it changes its states for each literal. If the input string is successfully processed and the automata reaches its final state, it is accepted. That is, the string fed was said to be a valid token of the language in hand. This word token is very much there in the theory of compiler design. I will get into that word token later. Okay. So what is the mathematical model of a finite automaton? I will be switching between the theory and the practical. It has got this menu is appearing. Let me minimize that. Yes. The mathematical model of a finite state automaton has a finite number of states, a starting state, a final state, a transition function. Forget that this may be scary to non-mathematicians. So I told you how to construct an automaton and the importance of strings, and the important theory is languages recognized by the finite automata are called regular languages. The languages recognized by Turing machine are called phase structure languages. The other two languages are context-free languages and context-sensitive languages. All these four languages, what is the regular languages, phase structure languages, it's a misspelled there, phrase structure languages, and the other two languages are context-free languages and context-sensitive languages. All these four languages put together are called formal languages, and the study of formal languages is very much in the theory of automata. So I told you about the miniature English language. Okay. Now we tell you how we deal with this finite automaton with symbols. Now I have three words A, B, C, and symbols V, W, and the rule is V naught can be replaced by AW. Okay. W can be replaced by BBW, and W can be replaced by C also. So what is a valid sentence as per this grammar? You can start with a A, you can end with a C. So AC is a valid sentence. You can start with a A, next followed by double B, and you can end with a C. So A double B C is a valid sentence. You can start with a A, followed by a double B, again followed by a double B, and end with a C. So A double B C is a valid sentence. How do I construct this automaton? Just have a look at it. I will tell you how to construct this. Okay. I told you how to construct an automaton. So why are we concerned much about the acceptance of string and non-acceptance strings? Every finite automaton is bothered only with strings, and every computer is moved only with strings. So after showing this slide, I will get back to the construction of this particular automaton. Yes. Let me open. What is that? You are telling this. Okay. Finite language, finite grammar, generating infinite language. Yes. I will maximize this for you. Okay. See, this is how this automaton is constructed. I have some temp state there. I hope it is visible to all. See, this has got a initial state V naught, a intermediate state W, and an intermediate state temp, and a final state, it's a sentence. Okay, it's a valid sentence. How does this work? It waits there to accept strings, and the strings have literals A, B, C, A, B, C. It is in the initial state V naught. It waits for the input. So if it gets the input A, then only it moves to the next state W. In that state, if it gets the input C, then it accepts as a valid sentence. So AC is a valid sentence. The string AC is accepted by this finite automaton. Okay. But if the input is B, it goes and waits at the temp state to see whether another B is coming. If another B comes, then it gets back to the W state and waits to see whether a C comes. If a C comes, then it accepts it. So it will be like this: A, W, B, 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 C. I will illustrate it with the step by state. Okay, let me type this: A, B, 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 C. Let me illustrate this to you. Let's have a look at it. Okay, so when I will click the button step. See, from V naught it gets into W. If I step again, you see that now it is reading B. Reading B, it gets into the temp state. Reading another B, it gets back to another W. Reading another B, it gets back to temp. Reading another B, gets back to W state. Then temp state, you see that it is being highlighted over here. Okay, the highlight changes. See here, highlight changes. Where is the button? It gets hidden by the menu that I have here. Yes, step. So W, then after reading C, it accepts the sentence. See, this is how a finite automaton is constructed. This is a finite state automaton. This accepts strings A, double B, double B, double B, double B any number of times. It should end with the C. See, earlier I illustrated with the English grammar sentence. Okay, any language, any regular language can be what is that, modeled through this automaton. It's a modeling actually. This is a modeling, and it helps you to understand the mistakes that we make in the logic. If the logic is correct, a program can be written on this. Okay, so this will tell you whether my logic is correct. Let me try that. Multiple inputs. Okay, let me clear all inputs. Multiple inputs I am trying. A C, A B B C, A B B B B B B C. I will try A single B C. Okay, A single B C. Let me try all this, run all this. See here, AC is accepted, A double BC, A BB BB BBC is accepted, A BC is rejected. So the sentence A BC is invalid as per the construction of this finite state automaton. Now let me tell you about the regular expression that will be of much importance when you get into programming. Okay, what do? We should get into convert into grammar, regular expression. Just wait. Grammar I will tell you a bit later. Now let me get it into a regular expression. Click on the button, do it till there is a algorithm that is involved for converting it into a regular expression. Now you see the regular expression over here. I will paste it in a window, okay, so that you can view it in a maximized mode. This is the regular expression associated with the finite automaton. This regular expression is very much helpful I will get into the concept of compiler design. I will tell you the importance of regular expression, the role regular expression plays in compiler design. This word is opening, just a moment. I will put it in a maximized mode and show it to you. Okay. See that this is the regular expression for this. You see that this gives the summary of valid sentences. Okay, AC is a valid sentence, or A B B C is a valid sentence. A double B is must. Okay, a BB is a must. In between, any number of double B's can come. Okay, either it can be without double B, or if there is a double B, there must be at least one double B, and repeated number of double B's can be there. So this is a regular expression of which automata? Of this automaton. Okay, of this automaton. Let me show the automaton to you. Okay, so this is the automaton to accept strings with A B B B B B B C, A B B star C, A B B star C. We can convert this into grammar also. What is a grammar? I told you, it is the list of productions, list of rules that tell you whether a sentence is valid or not. A sentence will be accepted or not, and it will describe the language also. The regular expression describes the language promptly. Now let me convert it into grammar also. Okay, I will show it to you. You can keep on clicking on something. Okay, if you click what is left, it will highlight. Click each of the production that you want it to be converted into a production. Okay, this is converted into a production. This is converted into a production. Then keep asking what is left. It is very friendly. Okay, so it will suggest the highlighted ones. You can, for each of the transition, you can convert the get the production. Okay, now what is left? This one. Done. What is left? Nothing is left. So you see that this is the grammar. This is the grammar. Okay, so if I export it, it will be very clear to you. So this is the rules that rule this. Okay, S can be replaced by A, capital A. Capital N be replaced by C, B. Capital B can be replaced by either MT, or A can be replaced by BC. So it will be keep on giving you A, B, B, C. Okay, let me get back to the presentation now. Okay. Now you see here, yes. See, I told you, what is that? A finite grammar generating an infinite language. You see that English language has an infinite grammar, okay, lot of grammar rules, but it generates an infinite language. Here, I have given illustration, what is that of a finite automaton to accept the language A, B, B star, C. Okay. So we have seen so far about the finite grammar and how to construct an automaton that recognizes, that generates a language for that finite grammar. Okay, and what are all the strings that are accepted and rejected by this. Okay, and the grammar generates, the productions are generated over here. Let me get to the arithmetic expressions. Arithmetic expression. Arithmetic expression is also a language, is also a formal language. What are all the, I told you for any formal language, you should have a set of words. What are all the set of words? The set of words here is a set of all integers and operators. Okay. The usual rules of parenthesis, okay, you should open a parenthesis and then close the parenthesis. And for every operator, you should have two, what is the two integers flanking them side by side. And all properly constructed arithmetic expressions, except those dividing by 0. See, this is the finite automaton that can accept a valid integer. You see that I include 0 also as an integer. Okay, 0 can be accepted, or it can start with a sign or without sign. After sign, a 0 cannot come. Okay, after sign, a 0 cannot come. It will be rejected. So after sign, except 0, any integer can come. Any digit can come from 1 to 9. And after that, any digit from 0 to 9 can come any number of times. So this is the model of what you should say, a finite state machine that accepts only valid integers, that accepts only valid integers. Okay, I will show this to you also combined with one more. Okay. And this is the regular expression for that. This is the regular expression for that. Lambda, it's a empty cell, and then you can have numbers. Okay, let me illustrate this with the what is that? JF lab. Yes, let me open the JF lab, which is constructed with this. Okay, finite automaton for accepting valid integers. Let me open this. Have a look at it. Okay. See this. I told you how to construct an automaton. How to construct an automaton? You have to construct states using the state button, and then transitions using the transition button. And the initial and final states renaming can be done through the arrow button. Now just have a look at this automaton. See, this is, I told you, this is something like the flow chart for writing a program. So this is the model of a computer which accepts only finite, what is that, valid integers. You see that this has an initial state, and when a 0 is input, it accepts. Okay, a single digit 0, it is accepted. And if it receives a what is that, a plus symbol or a minus symbol or a empty string, then it goes to the state Q2 and waits to see whether what is the next input. If the next input is 0, what is that, after plus sign or minus sign, the next input cannot be 0. If it is 0, it is rejected. Okay, Then after the accepting plus sign or minus sign, a 0 cannot come. Any integer from 1 to 9 can come. If it receives there, it will go to Q3, it will accept, and it will wait there to see whether any other furthermore inputs are coming. Okay, so this will model any valid integer. Let me try it with step by state. Okay, let me try with what is that plus 1 and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8, all that. Let me try this. Okay, so if I click, if you can click step to see where it moves, you please observe that the state, present state is highlighted over there. Now the present state is Q naught. Okay, it accepts plus and it goes to the Q2 state. It accepts plus and it goes to the Q2 state. And after that, if I click step over there, see, it goes to Q3. Then it will stay in Q3. Okay, it is accepted. It stays in Q3, whatever be the. So the string plus 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8 is very much accepted. Okay. I can go for a multiple run for this also. I have shown you already. So this is an automaton which accepts finite strings, which accepts finite mean valid integers as inputs. Okay. How to convert this into a regular expression? Click into regular expression. For this converting into regular expression, you have to create an empty state, create it, and then keep on clicking the do button. It exported. So this is the what is that regular expression. Let me paste it and show it to you. Okay. Just have a look at it. See, this is the regular expression that is accepted. You should have a bracket beginning. See, any number of plus can be there, and a plus is or. Please understand that one plus is or, another plus is this what is that operator. Okay, so it can have a plus or minus. It can have a plus or a minus and any number of integers without 0, and it can have any number of integers after that any number of 0, or it can be a single 0. So this is the regular expression, and you can convert this into a what is that grammar also. This is the grammar. This is the number of productions that tells you about the what is that what is the language of this particular finite state automaton. Okay. So this is the expression for this. Now I will show you certain programs that are written based on this finite automaton. So let me summarize what we have been seeing so far. I told you for to learn compiler design, this particular study of finite automaton is a must. Okay, this particular study of finite automaton is a must. I will show that in the website. Yes, let me get into the website. I have a model website which I have seen for this compiler design tutorial. Yes, it's opening. Just wait. Yes, you see that website over here. This is the yeah, website for learning the compiler design. You see that it has got various components. Okay, this teaches compiler design very much. So you see a overview, the architecture, phases of compiler, then lexical analysis, regular expressions is a particular topic over there. You see that a regular expression is a particular topic, and then it gets into finite automata, and then it gets into finite automata. So a regular expression is one topic, then finite automata is a topic. See, in that learning compiler design, you have to learn about regular expressions. What are they? And then the next topic in this compiler design tutorial is about finite automata. You will see that, see, a topic called finite automaton. So a finite automaton is described, I have taken definitions from this website only. It tells you how a finite automaton is constructed. So this is where in compiler decision paper, this finite automata fits in to learn it exactly. Completely the compiler design paper, this learn knowledge of regular expressions and finite structured automaton is a must. Let me get into the presentation. Yes. See here, I showed you, I was telling you about the summary. Okay. Summary of what we have been doing so far. I told you the importance of learning about regular expressions and finite state automata in the study of compiler design. That's one. Towards the end, I will tell more about compiler design. Okay. Then, what is a finite state automaton? The finite state automaton is a finite state machine which has got finite number of states. It is driven by a set of rules. Okay, whether a string is accepted or not, and how far this JFlab software is useful. This JFlab software is useful in constructing a finite state machine, in experimenting with it. See, when learning this finite state machine for the first time, what we do draw this finite state machine on the blackboard. Okay, and you keep on erasing this and keep on writing, rewriting the state, and the experimenting with the finite state automata on the board is typical. But you can see how the machine changes states if you use this JFlab software. Okay. Okay. Then I want to now highlight about certain programs for this expression. This is one of the finite state automaton for simple expression. It accepts expression like x plus y or x plus z, y plus y minus z, with three variables x, y, z, and four operators plus, minus, and all the four operators. It should open with a bracket, end with a bracket. This is one simple expression. Second is you can go for a still more complicated automaton. This expression, what is that? This particular expression accepts either with the open bracket and closed brackets, or even without brackets. You will see here in this automaton, I have what is that sentences which are accepted even without brackets. So it can accept with brackets, it can accept without brackets. Okay, and the third one is valid integers, which I showed you. So for all these three, based on this logic, you can write a program. You can write a program. It is something like modeling the program, how that program works. My son helped me, TV Srinivasan helped me to program in Java and C, which are, I will show you online now, which are run with the online compiler. Okay, I will show that now to you. Yes, the codes I can share for this. So this is an effort to convert the automata into codes and see whether the language works, and how the minimization of DFA can work. Now you see that a DFA can be converted into a program based on that logic. Okay, I told you a finite automaton, if you ask the student to draw a finite automaton which will accept the string with two consecutive integers, two consecutive zeros, then each student will come up with the different models of finite state automata. One will draw it with the 10 states, one will draw it with the 5 states. Okay, and when you minimize the automaton with the help of JFlab software and convert it into a program, it becomes a crisp program. It gets into the crisp program. I will show He has written it for me in C, and he has written it for me in Python also, some of them. I will show the simple expression one in Python. I will share these codes to you. Okay. So this is the code. I will show the code to you. 1 minute. Simple expression one Python code. I will show the code to you. This code is written based on the logic with which the finite automaton is built. So this will transit you from what is that? So this is the code. Okay. I will maximize this. Yes. See, this is the code that is written. I will run this for you and show. See, this will accept. I am entering a string over here. You see that x plus y, x plus y, x plus y. Let me see. This is accepted. Okay. Let me maximize this. Okay. This is expression is accepted. Then let me try one more expression. Like just without brackets, I am trying x plus y. See, this is rejected. The expression should start with the compiler says it should start with a bracket. So this is one example. Next example I am showing it to you is this. Okay. I told you about simple expression 2 and valid integers. Let me try this valid integer. Okay. Python program for valid integers. You see the logic over there. Same logic is used in writing the Python program. Let me see that. See the valid integers Python program. This is the Python program. I can share the code to the organizer if they want. Okay. See here, for run this, let me see. Let me just input 0. Okay. See that it is a accepted integer. So let me go for another. Let me start with a plus and a 1 followed by a 2 followed by a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me see whether this is a valid integer. Yes, this is accepted. Let me try one more. Minus 0, 9. After the sign, I am putting a 0. Okay. See, this string is rejected. Okay. So, these codes I can share with you. I will go for further examples in this after a brief theory. Okay. So, what did I tell you? A automaton, a finite state automaton for accepting a string or rejecting a string can be drawn and can be experimented, and the logic with which the this automaton is drawn can be used to write a program to accept the regular expression. Okay. To see whether a expression is in the format suggested by the finite state automaton. For another half an hour, let me tell about the compiler design paper, and then I will get back to the JFLab software to give you more constructions examples. I will share the jar files also with the organizer. Okay. So what is a compiler? A compiler is a software which converts a program written a high level language, to a lower level language. Okay. And it gives you of the errors. This provides an in-depth view of translation and optimization process. Right. This includes lexical, syntax, and thematic analysis as a front end, and code generation and optimization as the back end. It has got two ends: the analysis phase and the synthesis phase. The analysis phase is known as the front end of the compiler. Okay. It reads the source program, divides it into core parts, and then checks for its lexical grammar and syntax errors. This is where this what is a regular expressions gets into. The analysis of phase generates the intermediate representation of a source program and a symbol table, which should be fed into the synthesis phase as the input. Synthesis phase is the back end of the compiler. Okay, it generates the target program with the help of intermediate source code representation and a simple table, and this is represented in the following diagram. Okay, the front end and the back end. Front end as analysis, back end as synthesis, and it gets into the machine code. And this is the flow chart, how compiler works, the process chart. Okay, and here comes the important point. See, when it gets into the, see here, the compiler in this particular part, you see this lexical analyzer processes tokens into syntax analyzer, and it requests for further tokens. Let me concentrate on this particular part, and I am not an expert in compiler design, but I learned it to the extent to understand where this finite state automaton is applied. I am a professor of mathematics. Okay. See here, I will concentrate on this part tokens. These lexemes are said to be a sequence of characters. Is a token. Is a token. There are certain predefined rules for every lexeme to be identified as a valid token. These rules are defined by grammar rules, which I showed you. Okay, how grammar rules are there by means of a pattern. Okay, the pattern explains what can be a token, and these patterns are defined by means of regular expressions. Okay, so that is where these regular expressions come and play a vital role. In the programming language, as you know, the keywords, constants, identifiers, strings, numbers, operators, they are all considered as tokens. The lexical analyzer needs to scan and identify only a finite set of valid tokens that belong to the language in hand. Okay? It searches for the pattern defined by the language rules. So you should have a set of rules which tells what is the language. Which tells what is the language. And the regular expressions have the capability to express the finite languages by defining a pattern for finite strings of symbols. Yeah, I showed you the examples of regular expressions. The grammar defined by the regular expression is known as the regular grammar. The language defined by the regular grammar is known as a regular language. I will get back to the slide which tells you about languages. See, a formal language is an abstraction of the general characteristics of a programming language. The formal language is a set of all sentences permitted by the rules of formation. Okay, and like this will I recall languages recognized by finite state automata are regular languages that you saw there in the slide related to the token. The languages recognized by Turing machines are called phrase structure grammars. Phrase structure grammars. The other two languages are context-free languages and context-sensitive languages. Where do I get this in this context of compiler design? I told you this is where the finite state automaton regular expressions play a vital role. See, the regular expression is an important notation for specifying the patterns. Each pattern matches a set of strings, so a regular expression serves as names for a set of strings. Programming language tokens can be described by regular languages. So it is where the regular languages play a vital role. Okay, and the syntax analysis or parsing is the second phase of the compiler. I told you over there, and the regular expressions and pattern rules play a vital role there. Let me get back to the JFLab software to tell you more about constructing finite state automata. So I think I could impress you upon the importance of learning automata theory to understand as a basic requirement for this compiler design paper. You should get to know about the regular expression, the relation between the regular expression and a finite automata, how to convert a deterministic finite automata into a regular expression, and vice versa. Okay. Let me open some more finite automata. For example, I will illustrate about my own construction, not seen in a book. Yes, I will tell you about vending machine. What is this vending machine? I have an imaginary machine in my mind, okay, which should I am modeling going. I am going to model a machine, model a hardware. I am going to model a hardware. What is this hardware? This machine should accept coins to the total of 5. It should accept coins to the total of 5, and it will accept coins. It will accept coins in some combinations, in certain combinations. What are the combinations? It can accept 1 rupee coin. The system can accept 2 rupee coin. The machine can accept the 5 rupee coin, or a combination of coins which add up to 5 rupee. Okay, which add up to 5 rupee. The accepted literals are 1, okay, 1, 2, and 5. 1 rupee coin, 2 rupee coin, and 5 rupee coin. So I am asked to design such a finite state machine. So how do I put in the logic into that machine? Okay. So this is certain such projects can be given to our students. Our students can be given such projects. Okay, can be asked to design finite state machines which you do the desired work. Okay, let me have a look at it. What are the combinations? Accepted combinations. It can accept a single 5 rupee coin. It can accept 2 2 rupee coins and 1 5 rupee coin. It can accept 5 1 rupee coins. Okay. It can accept 2 2 rupee coins and 1 1 rupee coin. Okay. So all these combinations are illustrated here. Have a look at it, how it is constructed. I did the construction on my own. I didn't see it in any book. Okay. This students and teachers can go on constructing different finite state automaton and convert them into regular expression. Try writing programs for that. So it will be easier to write a program for this machine. Okay. Once you put it as a finite state automaton, have a look at it. I have a initial state. How I constructed this? I have a initial state, and it will be in the initial state when there is no input, when the input is empty. Then what will happen? If a 5 rupee coin is input, it goes to T5. I have various states. T0 is a empty state. Input the input state. T1 is a state where the machine goes when it accepts a 1 rupee coin. When the machine accepts a 2 rupee coin, it goes to T2 state. When the total number of coins add up to 3, it goes to T3 state. When the total number of coins add up to T4, it goes to T4 state. When the total number of coins add up to 5, it goes to T5 state, which is the accepted state. In all other cases, I want the automaton to lead me to reject state. Let me see that. So once a 5 is input, it goes to T5. If a 1 is input, it goes to T1, and then it waits for many options. If another 1 is put, it goes to T2 state. If so, 2 ones are put. If another 1 is put, it goes to T3 state. Another input of 1, it goes to T4 state. Another input of 1, it comes to T5 state. Okay. So after a 1, after 2 ones, after 3 ones, if a 2 is input, then it directly goes to T5 state. So this is an automaton which illustrates, which models a finite state machine which accepts coins in the form of 1 rupee coin or 2 rupee coin or 5 rupee coin. The total should be exactly 5, not exceeding 5, not less than 5. Let me tell you with an example, with the illustrate with an example. I will input 5 times. Let me see how the automaton moves. Again, I tell you, this is the beauty of JFLab software. You can construct a automaton. You can copy and paste it in your what is that question papers, presentations, and all that. And what is more, you can visualize the movement of the string. Okay, for the first one, it stays in T1. It goes to T1. For the second one, you see that it goes to T2. For the third step, it goes to T3. For the fourth step, it goes to T4. For the fifth step, it comes to T5. Okay, done. Let me try one more. Okay, this is over. Let me go for another invalid input, step by step. Let me try this. Uh, uh, 2, 2, just 2, 2. Okay, only 4 rupees I am inputting. See what happens. First step it goes to T2, second step it goes to T4, then the only thing that is accepted is 1, but I don't have anything else there, so it is rejected. It stays in T4, so it goes to E state, it is rejected. Okay. Let me give one more try in step by step. 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. 3 ones and 1, 2. How the machine works? For the first input, it is in T0. For the second input, T1. Okay. Third input one, it goes to T2, and then it goes to T3, 3 ones consecutively, and then it goes to what is that? T5. T5. Okay. You can try multiple runs also. This is the facility that the JFLab provides. You can have a number of inputs. Okay, a number of inputs tried at the same moment. One more, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, then 2, 2, 2, then 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Okay. Let me run all this and see what happens. See, you can maximize this. There are 6 ones rejected. Okay, there are 4 ones and a 2 rejected, 2 twos and 1s accepted, 3 twos rejected, 2 2 1 2 rejected. It adds up to 7 rupees. So 1 1 2 1 is accepted. So you can after designing the machine, you can check with the various inputs whether the machine works in the desired manner. See what happens. So I will tell you how to wrongly design an automaton. How to wrongly design an automaton. Okay, this automaton is designed this way, and I am checking with various inputs. I am checking with various inputs. I am checking with various inputs, and it tells me whether my automaton works in the desired manner or not. So this JFLab software can be used in a multiple number of ways. Number one, it is used as an ICT tool to learn the automata theory, okay, which forms the basis of compiler design. Any CSE student who takes the compiler design paper, if he is an expert in automata theory, then he becomes an expert in compiler design. It is very easier for him to start learning the compiler theory paper. Okay, that is one. And for a teacher, this will help the teacher to when teaching the paper. I think in some colleges, max faculty teach this automata paper. Okay, and my advice is the computer science faculty should handle this paper. Computer science faculty should handle this paper, and it will help. What is that? This JFLab software will help them to this JFLab software will help them to understand, to design more and more examples, to design flexible question papers, to design multiple question papers from small questions to bigger questions. Okay, even multiple choice questions, MCQs can be constructed along with this. So a teacher can utilize this JFLab software to generate a lot of questions and to understand the theory of automata in a better way, in a better way. And how it can help the students. The student can try the various examples, exercises given in the textbook. Okay, and model them with the software on the JFLab software. Try to see whether it works in the desired way. And once the logic is constructed and when the logic is working, you can try to minimize the DFA into a small DFA and try to use this logic used in this to write a program. Okay, it will be easier to write in the program. And he will get an idea with the software to convert a finite state automaton into a regular expression. Okay, which is very useful when learning the compiled receipt paper. You can learn about regular expressions. You can learn whether the language is a regular language or a context-free language or a context sensitive language and all that. Okay, let me tell you some more examples. Okay, what else can be done? Text searching can be modeled with this. It is an application. I will brief on this certain application. First one, text searching. Okay, I want to count the number of texts that appear. See here, this automaton is designed to count the number of appearances of the string 1001. So in a given string, how many times the particular substring 1001 comes? Okay, so I am asked to design a model for this. I have designed it this way. I have designed it this way. Just to have a look at it, how it works. How it works. When as long as 0 keeps coming, because it should start with 1, my substring. So as long as 0 is there, it will keep staying in state Q0. When a 1 comes, it will come to the state Q1. When a 1 comes, it will come to the state Q1. And if another 1 comes, it will keep staying in the same state Q1. It will keep staying in the same state Q1. And when 0 comes, it will go to the state Q2 and wait for another 0. If another 0 comes, it will move to the state Q3. If it is followed by a 1, it goes to Q4 and you can count it as 1. Okay, and you can count it as 1. Either it can accept a string in which a lengthy string in which 1001, a substring, is part of it, then such strings are accepted. Or you can keep counting the number of occurrences of 1001. Let me illustrate this with a step-by-step input. Okay, 1 not 1, 1 not 1, 1 not 1, 1 not 1. I have tried this. Let me try this. I will show it to you. You see, follow the highlighting the states. Okay, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 once. So this is 1, occurrence 1. Then Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 occurrence 2. Okay. Then Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 occurrence 3. Then Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 occurrence 4. So this automaton counts. Okay, and you can use a program to count this. Okay, this automaton doesn't have a memory, and I am counting manually. Okay, so this is modeling a machine that counts the occurrences of 1101. Okay, and what is the language of this machine? You can convert this into a regular expression. Okay, and this is doing the conversion to regular expression following an algorithm. Okay, you see that I will show it in the Word. you see the regular expression. See that? I will maximize it for you. See, this is the regular expression of a machine which accepts a string 1 1, not 1. Okay? And the star signifies multiple times, and plus signifies R. It is R. Okay? So with this regular, so this is the language. This tells you about the language of that machine. One more example I will show you. I think I have some more time. Okay? Any interesting example? Let me see. Let me open one more file. What is that? This is one exercise. Describe the yes. Describe the accepted strings. This is an exercise. Okay, let it be there. This is an exercise. See this automaton. It tells you about the variety of exercises that you can throw to the student. Okay, you can just like that draw this and ask him to describe the strings that are accepted by this machine. What is that? Just have a look at it. See, one example is it can start with a 0 followed by a 0 is accepted. So the string 0 0 is accepted. Next, a string 1 followed by a 1 is accepted. So 1 1 is accepted. What else? What else can be there? After a 0, a 1 can go and another 1 can come. So 0 1 1 is accepted. Next, what is more? A 0 1 0 0 is accepted. A 1 followed by a 1 followed by a 0 is accepted. So what is the nature of this particular automaton? Can anybody guess? You can ask the students also. Let me convert this into a regular expression that will give me more idea. Let me convert this into a regular expression. See that I am showing it to you. This will precisely tell you the language of the machine. Okay. So this is the language. Have a look at it. See, it clearly says either 0 0 is accepted, or this plus is the R, or 1 or 0 1 can come, 1 or 0 1 can come, followed by any number of 0 1s or no 0 1s, followed by a 1 or 00. Okay, and it should compulsorily end with, what is that? A 1 or 0 any number of times. So this is the language of that automaton. So if you either you can start with this regular expression and go to the automaton. So what you can do, you can just give this regular expression as exercise and ask the student to design an automaton which will accept this language. Okay, and you have the answer with you already. You have the answer with you, and you can ask the student to generate, or you can put the language, put the I am telling about paper examinations. Okay, if paper examinations you are supposed to give a question, you have variety of number of questions to give. You can give this particular automaton and ask him to ask the student to suggest the number of accepted. If it is 2 mark question, you can just ask him to give 2 examples of strings that is accepted, 2 examples of string that is not accepted. And if it is a big question, you can ask him to, I am telling about the using the JFLab software as an ICT tool in teaching the automata theory paper. Okay? Or you can just ask him to describe the language accepted by this particular what is this automaton. Okay? Let me tell you one more example. I will show some construction also if I have time. Okay. what is that? One more. Uh, strings ending with strings having 0 0 or 1 1 as a substring, strings with two consecutive zeros. This looks good. I will show this to you. Okay. So this is about an automaton which accepts strings with two consecutive zeros. Similarly, you can write an automaton which accepts strings with two consecutive ones. Okay, a number of varieties of examples can be given to the students, and it will motivate them to understand the regular expressions and the finite automata and regular grammars in a better way. So see how this works. How this works. As long as a 0 is there, it will stay in the initial state Q0, and if one more 0 comes, it comes to Q1, and followed by another 0, it goes to the last state. Let me see the multiple run button. Okay. I think I will have to wind up for leaving some time for question answer session. Let me see here. I will try this 0 0 0 0 and 1 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 1 1 1, no double zero, only double ones, a single one, a single zero. Let me try all this. Let me try all this. What is accepted? What is rejected? See, this is accepted. Everything else is rejected. Let me try one more. A single double zero. A double zero is accepted. So this automaton accepts strings with double zero. So let me conclude by constructing an automaton. Example of constructing an automaton. How to construct an automaton? I will illustrate once more. This open this AFLAP software. Okay, and you can click at any button. You can click at a finite automaton. I was telling about only finite automaton because finite automaton is closely related to the beginning of compiler design to understand in a better way. Others are used in teaching automata theory. So I was concentrating only on finite automaton. Click on finite automaton, then click on the state generator, state creator, create the number of states. Let me create only 2 states as of now. Only 2 states. You can make the automaton look bigger also by moving the cursor below the screen. Okay, I am making it bigger, right? Then I want to tell which is the initial state. I entered a state wrongly, I can delete it. Click in this arrow attribute editor button, then right click at Q0, mark it as initial, right click at Q1, mark it as final. One initial state has to be there, one final state has to be there. There can be a number of different states. Now my aim is to construct an automaton which accepts strings with only ones, or for a change a, let me say a, with only a's, a. No, any string of any length which has a. Let me try that. How to do it? Let me go to the transition creator. I will put a. Okay, I am putting a single a. Now I want to know whether this will accept multiple a's. Let me try. I am telling you how to construct an automaton by trial and error method. I am putting a single a. I am putting double a. Let me see what is accepted. You see that it is accepting single a, not accepting double a, not accepting multiple a's. So how do I incorporate multiple a's here? Okay, let me see. After starting with a here, let me create a self transition with a's. So what does it say? After a, number of a's can be done. Now let me run the inputs. See here, let me see whether my automata works the way I desire. Okay, run input. See, all are accepted. Now I have a small modification here. I want the string to begin with a B and followed by any number of A's. Begin with a B followed by any number of A's. How do I do that? How do I do that? It should begin with a B. So let me change this from the initial state button, create one more state in the here. Okay, and then I put a B there. I put a B there, B. Okay, this starts with a B, and let me try whether this works the way I want. I want an automaton which begins with B and followed by any number of A's. One A must be there like this. So let me try this. Multiple run. Clear all the inputs. I will be winding up in another 5 minutes. Starts with a B. A. Starts with a B, a single A. Only a B. Only a A. Starts with a B with AS. Multiple, any number of A's. Ending. Let me try running this. See here. B followed by any number of A's accepted, B followed by a single A is accepted, B followed by any number of A's accepted, single B is rejected, single A is rejected. So that you can keep on constructing the automaton, okay, keep on experimenting with the automaton, which is the best automaton for your, what is this, prescription. So let me conclude by telling about where this is used. I told you the compiler has two phases, the front end and the back end, the analysis phase and the synthesis phase. And in this process, okay, when it moves from the lexicon analyzer to the syntax analyzer, it makes use of tokens. And when studying about these tokens, you need to know about, when doing in the lexical analyzer, you need to know about the regular expression, the importance of regular expression, and the about the programming languages, the phrase structure languages, formal languages. In short, you should know about automata theory to get into the compilation paper. And where this automata theory is being applied, I told you in the beginning. Let me summarize it to you again. Let me summarize it to you again. Okay. So a finite automata is a useful model for any important kinds of hardware and software. Software for designing and checking the behavior of digital circuits. The lexical analyzer, a typical compiler, that is the compiler component that breaks the input text into logical units such as identifiers, keywords, and punctuation. Then third, software for scanning large bodies of text such as collection of web pages to find the occurrences of words, phrases, and other patterns. Software for verifying systems of all types that have a finite number of distinct states such as the communication protocol or protocols for secure exchange of information. Okay. So I think I have impressed you upon the need to learn finite state automaton and the applications of finite state automaton, and I concentrated very much on the finite strings because because I told you the importance of input of finite strings. Everything can be converted about strings. So I concentrated on treating strings with finite state automaton, and I think I have told you about modeling finite state automaton with JFLab software, which can be used as an ICT tool also. So let me stop here, hoping to see any questions. Let me stop sharing my screen and leave the platform to the organizers so that they can tell me about if there are questions. They can post the questions to me. I tell you this, all this presentation, the JFLab files all can be shared to the organizers. Thanking you and giving back it to the organizer. Thank you. Yes, please.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful session. And now I would like to give the vote of thanks.
Yes.
So I would like to thank the management for giving us this opportunity to conduct this faculty development program. I thank
Yes.
I thank our Chancellor, ma'am, Dr. Maria Gina Johnson, and our President, Sir, Marie Johnson, and the Founder Chancellor. And coming to our department, our Dean, Dr. Sasikala, HOD, Dr. Lakshmanan, and Dr. Vigneshwari, ma'am, and the audience for participating in this FDP program. So the attendance link is shared in the group. So I request all the participants to give the attendance and feedback. Whereas Dr. Venugopal sir has given his contact number to be contacted on WhatsApp, and you can contact him if you have any queries because he has completely done his research in the area of compilers. So it will be very useful for you for your research purpose too. Yes, there is a query. Yes, the video of the session will be shared to the participants through mail. Thank you, sir, for giving the wonderful session.
Yes, madam. Thank you. I was not sure about the audience, and I think I have done my best to introduce automata theory with an introduction to compiler design. Further doubts can be addressed to me. Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Okay, sir. Thank
So
you,
shall
sir.
we disperse?
Okay.
Yes.
So the participants, the feedback link will be shared to the group. Please stay. Yes, there is a problem that because of mail ID, the feedback can't be shared. Yes.